On this week's Waypoint, Garen shocks everyone with a visual update, a new dragon is coming to the Fields of Justice, some PvE changes, and we look forward to who's gonna play on the world stage. What's up guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly League of Legends recap for September 12th, 2013. I'm your host, Mike Shaffnet. Well, like it, love it, or hate it, the big news this week was Demacia's favorite son Garen is getting a visual update. Decked out with new armor and weaponry, Garen's new model solidifies his image as the Demacian poster boy. In addition to the new model, all of Garen's abilities, animations, and particles have been upgraded. His ultimate, Demacian Justice, shines with righteous energy, and his spin-to-win staple has been given a refined motion. All of Garen's skins will receive updates except for Steel Legion Garen, which was already deemed fit for service. The new version of Garen is now updated and available on the PvE, however his voiceover, as well as his sounds and even splash art haven't been added yet. With the new visual update comes a few balance changes to the champions, but remember now this is still only the PvE and may or may not reflect what gets pushed live. Taking that into consideration, Garen's passive Perseverance had its reactivation time reduced at higher champion levels. Starting out at 9 seconds at level 1, it will reduce to 6.5 at level 11 and 4 seconds at level 18. Judgment, Garen's E, can no longer be reactivated to stop the spin early, and its cooldown has been increased, but the damage has been increased. Now, a lot of you might be asking yourselves, well, why Garen? Wasn't Sivir just announced at PAX earlier? And aren't there more important champions like Sion who could really use the attention? Well, Iron Stylus was quick to respond to these concerns, stating that Garen is low risk and high reward. Sion, Eve, etc. are all on the list, and Sivir is coming soon, but she was also high risk, requiring a lot of ideation. If Garen's visual update wasn't news that got you excited this week, maybe it was the unveiling of a brand new wind-based dragon champion, Aoshin. Now, this champion will not be the next one to be released, however, to those of you with a keen eye, this might not be the first time that you've seen him. That's because he also appeared at the end of the Spirit Guard Udyr interactive comic. The dragon's name, Aoshin, embodies that of the mythical dragon kings who rule both water and weather. Aoshin embraces this elemental duality and is capable of raining good fortune on his allies and thunderous ruin upon his foes. Now, one of the biggest challenges that Riot actually faces with this new champion is distinguishing individuality from other champions that are already in the game. While Aoshin looks unique enough, a lot of players are worried that he's going to end up too similar to Janna or even Shyvana. But according to Riot Meddler, Aoshin's Eastern influence will help distinguish his playstyle from the more Western dragon Shyvana, while the versatility of a wind-based kit can keep him from feeling too similar to Janna. The biggest concern that they have is capturing the sort of power that's typically associated with dragons in a way that's both satisfying and empowering, but at the same time is balanced for the rest of the game. Forecast Janna has finally made her way to Live Realms, and most of you are probably aware by the blaring Newsnight login screen that we got about a week ago. Now, I've already covered all of the features that are coming to this legendary champion skin in a previous episode, but to commemorate the release of this champion, a promotional mini site and teaser video have been pushed out.
Mic check, am I coming in? This is Janna live at Summoner's Rift. Hopefully I stay that way. I'm on location and it's, not skirt weather. It looks like there's a low chance any skill shots are gonna hit us. Hold on to your hats. We're seeing ideal conditions for a gorgeous lane. 5-day forecast, sunshine, rainbows, and bloodshed. This is shaping up to be a scorcher. We'll be right back with more pain and death after these messages.
But it kinda makes you wonder, with a champion like this, when are we gonna see Anchorman Nautilus? Some updates have been pushed out to the PvE, and it looks like we're getting a first look at some new and improved in-game options. Now, once again, this is on the PvE, so blah blah blah, tentative, don't quote me, etc., all that jazz. Now, Raven stopped over on the forums to provide some context for these new changes and mostly goes into the best feature, which deals with smart casting. Need to quickly set your hotkeys to SmartCast? or that one ability to normal cast? Riot's got you covered. Quickly switch from normal cast and smart cast and even back again. Now, this wasn't the only change. The whole UI got a complete overhaul. Smart casting was just the one that I felt like affected most everybody, but if you want more information, I encourage you guys to check out Riot's official post, and we'll be sure to link that in the description below. Next up, a bit of news concerning changes that are coming in Season 4. Morello jumped into the forums to speak about areas of concern that are going to be addressed in the upcoming season. First up, Riot plans on improving and ultimately fixing the jungle and support gold flow. Since a lot of satisfaction in League comes from growing in power over time, gaining items, and transitioning from early to late game, it's definitely a problem that 2/5 of the players don't get to do this. Season 4 will address this problem and most likely throw balance into a tailspin, but Riot does plan on working hard to make sure that the issues are fine-tuned before the season properly starts. The other major change is that wards and the map vision system need to be overhauled. Now, obviously this is due in part to the issue that I stated previously, and that support gold largely suffers due to the ward gold burden. However, other problems like snowballing and few real interesting ward decision-making opportunities means that there will be a potentially new design system on its way. To read up on the entire discussion, you can check out the main League of Legends forums by clicking the link in the description below. Finally, lasting from September 9th all the way until September 16th, all influence points and XP boosts are now 50% off their regular prices. For exact details on the new but temporary prices, be sure to check out the description below. If you're an individual looking to start a venture into the creative field, say maybe you're trying to create your own unique YouTube channel, then why not take your layout to the next level with Shutterstock.com. Shutterstock offers millions of high-quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, and video clips that are ready to download at the click of a button. We use Shutterstock all the time here at GameBreaker TV. As an editor, I just don't have the ability to build interesting graphics entirely from scratch. For example, during the segment where I talked about Forecast Jana, if I wanted to maybe have some over-the-top tornado warning bulletin, finding something already built on Shutterstock is super easy to do. Building something like this from scratch on my own would just take hours and time away from making videos that you guys love. So if you're a video content creator, do yourself a favor and check out Shutterstock.com. And speaking of checkout, when you guys do check out, be sure to use the offer code GameBreaker9 and you'll get 25% off your new account. Worlds are fast approaching, so let's take a moment to catch you guys up on all of the different regionals and who's going to be playing. The top 2 seeds for Korea were already decided from OGN and NLB during the regular season. Najin Blacksword and MVP Ozone taking the 1st and 2nd seeds respectively. The 3rd seed was decided during the Korean regionals with SKTK1 defeating KT Rolster Bullets for 1st place. During the Chinese regionals, China's top 4 teams met this week to compete for 2 slots in the World Championships. Royal Club was defeated by OMG in the winner's bracket and thusly sent to the loser's bracket. However, Royal Club isn't the type of team to let one measly loss keep them out of the running for the World Championship. After defeating Invictus Gaming in the loser's bracket, they won their rematch against OMG in the finals and are on their way to Los Angeles. The world stage has been set and now all eyes on the esports world are on the Staples Center in Los Angeles. This is going to be the biggest League of Legends championship to date with 14 teams competing for the Summoners Cup. I cannot wait to see what the best of the best has to offer in the coming weeks, and you better believe we'll keep you updated right here on Waypoint. Now, because there isn't a lot of tournament action going on right now, I'm going to go back to showcasing some exciting plays. If you guys think you have an amazing play, send it in, and maybe I'll feature your video in a future episode of Waypoint. This week, Faker shows his superiority on Zed comboing Q and S to spare him from the incoming damage of Deathmark. Then, with the assistance of a quick flash and shadow clone, Faker stuns the crowd when he turns the tide.
Meadow Faker may be in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves! Faker, what was that?
Faker with a huge play, the QSS.
I can't believe I just saw that. Wow, can you say GG?
That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint. Be sure to check back every week on Thursday for updated League of Legends news. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, LOLNation TV, and subscribe as it helps build our audience. I'm Mike Shaffnet. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike Shaffnet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next waypoint.
Game Breaker TV.